Good afternoon, folks. Good evening, good morning, whatever the time is at your place. Today, I wanted to speak to you about something that's very simple yet super significant in life. Something that I've lacked in the past, and something that I am truly going to commit to. And it's precisely the same word I just used, commitment. Now, I'm not talking about committing to your spouse, your significant other. I mean, that's a significant commitment that you have to make at some point in time. There's no question about that. But that's not the commitment I'm talking about today. The one that I want to talk to you about today is committing to growth, committing to doing something better than you did yesterday or today. You would want to commit to something that you want to achieve, even if that is at very small levels of increment. For instance, if you ran a 5K today, commit to running a 10K in the next month, right? So that you grow every day, you're striving towards another additional kilometer that you run. And at a point in time, you would notice that what you set up yourself to achieve in 30 days, you probably would achieve it in 20 days or lesser. Try to compete with yourself. Don't look for external competition, look for competition within. The best person to compete with is always yourself, because you know your limits today, and there's that limit is a virtual word or a virtual limit that you've set for yourself. It's all up here. The moment you say that, hey, that's a limit that I need to test, and once you start testing it, you'd notice that it's easy to actually break that limit and raise the limit higher, raise the bar. You've always seen athletes talk about raising the bar and keeping it up there. That's why you see champions actually bettering themselves. You see the champions in sports, the people in business who actually are at the top of their game, they always try to keep raising the bar. It's not greed. It often tends to be sort of attributed towards greed and saying that, hey, this person is a billionaire but he's still looking for more money. You've got to realize that once they reach the top of the game, or even before that, it's never been about the money. It's about the craft. Whether it's business, whether it's sports, whether it's arts, whether it's acting, whatever it is, the people who are at the top of their game, they don't think about money as their sole goal. All they're trying to do is be better and best at what they're doing. If you've heard Roger Federer speak, even when he is at the top of his game, he's been at the top of his game for a good decade or more, if I'm not wrong. I'm not a tennis expert, but I can assure you that he's a person who actually looks at his career and sees, how can I make it better? Even when he's at the top of the game, it's easy for him to kick back and say that, hey, I'm at the top of my game, I don't need to improve anymore, everyone else is below me. I just have to keep my status, I just have to keep my game at the level it is today, and I still can remain on top. That doesn't work. He doesn't believe in that, because he knows the moment he stops, there is someone who's actually looking up to him and trying to get to his stage. Not to beat him per se, but that person who's trying to get to that number one stage is always trying to better themselves, and they have a target to achieve. Be that target. Commit to being a better target for yourself. So I implore you to join me in this journey where I'm striving. I'm no expert. I'm learning this along with you, and that's what excites me about this entire channel that I've started creating. I hate to use the word preach, but I'm going to be talking about topics that I am going to join you in endeavor to improve, whether it's personal fitness. I've committed myself to better fitness, and I've started working on it. I haven't missed going to the gym, touch wood, in the last month. I either run or I commit to the gym. I wake up at 5:30 in the morning, get ready, and I'm out of home at around 6 o'clock, 6:15, worst case. Right, so commit to something that you love. Sometimes it may be something that you don't love, but you have to do it, because it's these small practices that make you a champion at whatever you're doing. You must hear a lot of motivational speakers say that you've got to do what you have to do to be able to do what you want to do. And those things that you have to do may not be something that you actually think and like doing. For instance, waking up on time, going to sleep on time, staying away from alcohol whenever you have to, whenever you can. No one tells you stay away from alcohol completely. Alcohol may be a good source of getting away maybe once in a month. You set that limit. The moment you see yourself going back to alcohol, going back to cigarettes, going back to television as a mode to cut off from life, you've got to understand that's a problem. You've got to address that. There's something in life that is going or happening with you that you're not feeling comfortable with, and you're finding comfort in going and taking this addiction and heeding to this addiction. So find out what it is and try to change it. Commit to changing. Commit to becoming a better person. Please, I want this for every single human being. I've suffered in this particular domain, and I'm committing to change. I want every single one of you who's watching this to be able to understand that you've got the power. Every single human being is equal and has the capacity to make themselves better than what they were yesterday. And if they choose to, if they commit to making change, it is more than possible. So please commit to that. And I hope this brings you a lot of power to think that you are the best guide for your own life. People will tell you hundreds of different things to do to make your life better. There's only so much they can do for you. They can only suggest based on what they know about your life, but you are the best guide that you can have at any point in time. You just have to ask yourself in a conscious manner and say, hey, I'm at this stage because of these reasons. These are my constraints. What can I do to better myself? Maybe the constraints will just fall off, right? So please commit to becoming a better human being. Help others and seek opportunities to help yourself and others. Good going and all the best. Thank you. Bye-bye.